this woman says to me, "You haven't paid for your dog Abner." And I was just like, first of all, must have the wrong family, because this is the Black Saffron family. We ain't got no money to bury people. How do we have money to bury animals? Do you understand? And that's when I found out that he had an ex-wife. Isn't that funny? He's the worst liar. Oh, I met him with his second wife. I said, "Where does she work?" He said, "I have no idea." He said he had no idea. And I was like, okay, because it's funny that she's up in this studio claiming that this stuff is hers and he has no idea. And I dialed 411, and wouldn't you know, the phone number was 925-6361, his phone number. And when I went to visit, her name was on the wall. She's an attorney with the firm. Boo! Doghouse for you, Mark.
How do you remember the number?
Yeah, I remember a lot of shit. That's why.
So do I. A lot more than you do.
Oh my God. I was stalking him with my brother one night, okay? And you have to understand, my brother and I have different moms, first of all, right? So Jason's like, "I know one thing, we could get killed up in here." And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "'Cause I'm black, that's why." And I'm like, "Jason, so am I." He's like, "Yeah, but you could be Puerto Rican and get away with it." And he's like, "What are we waiting for?" I was like, "'Cause he's cheating." And he's like, "You don't even go with him." I was like, "So?" Because I got to see what he's doing, right? So Mark came out the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to see what's going down first, right? And yeah, I said, "Here he comes now." We hid like this. And Mark came out. He was walking his dog. And I was like, "Yeah, he making believe he's walking the dog, right?"
And then me and my brother get in a fight because he's like, "Why are women always not trusting men?" And that's not true. I'm just making sure.
It's not trust, it's making sure. Are we live?
Live.
We are so live. Welcome to LASC's Open Mic, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, it's such a great night. We're full of love, laughter, and happiness. And we're here 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you let us know that you love us, just find us at LASchoolofComedy.com. And we are not going to hesitate. We're going to bring up the first act. This guy's a writer, and you've seen him all over. Let's give it up for the comedy of Mike Moody. Let him hear you.
Moody!
Hey guys. Hey. I did all that just to like get the mic out of here. It's Monday, right? It's the beginning of the week. That's cool. How's it going? You guys good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. A little bit about me. My name is Mike Moody. I grew up with my grandparents. Growing up with your grandparents is cool, man. Growing up with your grandparents is the only time you get beat, and then you ask them if they okay. You're like, "Are you all right? I hear you wheezing." Do you know what it does to your self-esteem to get beat by somebody who's on the prayer list at church? I'm like at church, and they're like, "Pray for Michael's grandmother," and I'm like, "She's fine. She's just not here." I love comedy. Comedy's fun. I enjoy comedy so much that I'm like not even paying attention to my friends like doing normal things in life. I'm so detached. I was talking to one of my friends. He had like his son, good friend of mine. He had a son, and then he hit me up on he called me like 2-3 days after his son was born, and I was just like, "Hey man, I got a couple of jokes I want you to listen to real quick. Tell me if you hear any tags, man. I just want to know what you think." And he was just like, "He's 2 days old." And I was like, "Please, this is important to me. I just want to know what you think." Okay. All right, so I don't know how like you guys are. This is good, right? This feels good.
Yeah.
I like it. I just want to make sure. It's a lot of liberation these days. You can just be who you want to be these days. I like that. You know what I mean? Anybody have like new established pronouns or anything like that? Just want to know. No? I just want to know. Like, it doesn't matter to me. The only thing I feel bad about sometimes is like when people use they, them. I was like, how did you steal your pronouns from the Illuminati? Like, that's crazy. It's pretty wild, right?
They killed Tupac.
They. them. They did that. And the mic doesn't work when I say these jokes.
That's Illuminati.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. It's funny to me.
It's not the mic, it's the cable. So
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
you can always count on a comic to put
Alright.
the mic.
Cool. Gotcha. All right.
Hand off the butterfly.
All right. Anyway. Anybody in a relationship? You're married.
Yeah.
You got something going on? Cool. You got something going on? Everybody's kind of like halfway telling what they got going on. I don't know, I'm a nice guy. You know what I mean? That doesn't get you that far. You know? That shit doesn't work. I was dating one chick, and she was like, "You treat me so well." And I was like, "This is not gonna last long. This is some bullshit. This is bullshit. This is not gonna do it." I don't know, man. Especially like dating apps and shit. You guys on dating apps?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dating apps are way hard for men. They're hard for men. Women are way better at dating apps because they have like ghostwriters. They got like a team of writers. You hit her up, she screenshots that shit to about 8 people, and then they figure out a response. I was talking to one chick, I was like, "What turns you on?" She was like, "Intelligence." I was like, "That sounds good on paper, but it has to be more than that." You know? That sounds like an answer from the council. I was like, "You can't just get off on intelligence alone." I was like, "What do you have, a dildo at home that spits out Alan Watts quotes?" Like, that's crazy. The desire, not to desire, still desire. She has like good information on dildo. I don't know. But you gotta know who you are. That's the whole thing. Like, with relationships, you just gotta know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a black dude. I'm into black issues. I know the stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just like watch YouTube. Dr. Umar's talking about black issues, and I'm watching him. And he's like, "The black man is the most emasculated man in America." And I'm like sitting there with like a beauty mask on my face. I'm like, my skin gets dry, bro. I can't. This is not fair. I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't do anything about it. I'm asked out. I live in Culver City, which is cool because Culver City is like predominantly white. And I moved to Culver City the week of the riots. So it looked like I moved in to monitor the white people in town. You know? So, but it's been like 2 years, and they're like, "Nigga, you still here?" I'm like, "Yeah." I don't know. And sometimes they like throw parties and shit, and that throws me off because I can't like ask them to be quiet. Like, that's not what I look like doing that. I can't do that. You know what I mean? I just let them play their 90s rock. I let them play their Smashing Pumpkins, greatest hits. I can't do shit about that, man. I gotta just let that shit rock. And that's the thing, like, you know what I mean? Like, the white people who are in the town who have, like, the Black Lives Matter signs up, like, they're really scary. Like, they're the ones who are most afraid of black people, which is crazy. But the white people who have the Defend Not Defund signs up, they're the coolest people, which is like weird. I don't know how I'm supposed to like fucking process that. I get it, because cops don't, they're supposed to exist. They can't just like not exist at all, you know. I feel like certain white people treat cops like certain black people treat Jesus. When they're like, "Hey, he hasn't done anything for me personally, but it's nice to have him around." You know, for holidays and award shows. So, I guess it's fine. I don't know. Talk about black issues, that's kind of like, who cares these days? That's like the oldest problem in the country. How big as fuck. I saw a fight at the W, like the hotel, on somebody's phone, and my friend showed it to me, and she was like, "What a shame." And when I watched it, I kind of got excited, I was like, LA's back. We can go back outside. You know what I mean? It was something about the black people fighting no mask. It was a very retro vibe. I kind of like the vibe. Can you imagine if you worked at the W, though? Like all this social change, you got to go back to the break room and explain that shit a little bit differently. You know what I mean? Hey, look at all these crazy fun black... Whoa.
Could you move your hand up?
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, so I'm trying to get it right. Can you imagine if you're working at the W, though? You have to, like, know all the social change. You got to, like, explain that shit differently in the break room. Look at all these crazy fun black people. Fighting outside. What are we gonna do about this crazy fun black people fighting outside? I don't know. I was just happy to see black people fight for something other than justice. I was like, look at us. Progressing and moving forward. Speaking of progressing and moving forward, I watch a lot of TV lately. A lot of the black shows, a lot of black issues, things coming up. And I don't know why they do that in our shows, because, like, they don't do that shit in y'all shows. I feel like we all know each other. Y'all. We don't have to do this. I know, it's just a lot. You guys ever watch, like, Watchmen? Or, like, Lovecraft Country? They're, like, the same show. Same show. Somebody comes to the main character like, hey, you have great power. You come from a great lineage. The only thing you can't do is end systemic racism. Go out there and be a hero. And then these black folks have to go out and be heroes. Do you know how hard it is to be 3/5 of a superhero? Because that's what those shows are about. Even when I watch, like, Lovecraft Country, it was like, by the way, your dad is gay and that's not your dad. So he has, like, a superhero origin story and then, like, black trauma on top of that. I was like, what does this have to do with the magic? I don't know. But it's television these days. I feel like that happens all the time with shows. You guys ever seen, like, the new Candyman?
Yeah.
You saw the new one?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me. Okay. I'm going to tell you. For y'all who haven't seen it, this is the dialogue of the whole movie. The whole 90 minutes. Hey, there's a man with a hook for a hand killing people. But you know what's really killing this community? All this gentrification. We should go ahead and do something about this shit. I'm like, God damn, that shit is ruthless. Shit is ruthless. Oh, man. Anybody go to church?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you guys go to church during quarantine? No. I always thought it was interesting during quarantine when they were, like, still asking for money at church. I thought that was odd, right? They were like, please give me 10%. And I was like, the only 10% you're getting from me is my attention. I have multiple tabs up, you know what I mean? I'm a busy person. You can't just, like, full screen my whole shit. Anybody working? You guys are glad to be back working? No? Alright, so I don't know, man. We spent so much time not working, I realized that we didn't even need to work for the world to exist. Anybody working at a startup? Yay. Anybody been in a cult before? They're the same thing. You walk in and they're like, this guy's a genius. And you're like, what the fuck are we really doing here? And then that person goes off the rails, and then we have to, like, adjust to their demands because they run the show. And everybody's like, what happened? It's like, we were following the PDF, but now we're just winging it. You know, I just want to make sure that we're there. But jobs are complicated. And if you're good at your job, that makes the world way more complicated. You know what I mean? Do you know that the lawyer that got Bill Cosby out of jail is a woman? I'll let that sink in for a couple seconds. I don't have that much time. Do you think her friends let her have a good time at brunch? They probably fuck her up at brunch. They're like, how was work, bitch? Keeping the weirdos on the street, I see. She's like, he paid for this. And then they all have to humble themselves and drink drinks that are technically bought by Bill Cosby. So I told you guys that it's complicated. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. I want to pronounce your name correctly.
Shawana.
Shawana, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Shawana. Whoa. I have to remember names like that. That's that sad.
No,
Do
it's
it.
fine.
I have to.
Nothing about you is sad.
You wanna let's. Well, let's do this with Shawana.
Yeah.
Come on the stage, Miss Shawana. Help, Shawana.
I just want to appreciate the acknowledgement that you did know how to pronounce it.
Oh.
That means a lot to me. It's the reparations I'm asking for white people. Read it and say it right. One time and one time only. I have so much on my fucking mind, y'all. So I'm gonna eat these 10 minutes. Let's see. My job is ending. Okay, I work at Maggiano's in the Grove. Rick Caruso is becoming the mayor. He also owns everything. So he decided to shut us down and decided to build a 20-story high-rise that takes 20 years to finish. People have been working there for 20 years. And they tell us that right after they give me the keys to produce a comedy show. They're like, yeah, you can do it. I'm like, yeah. Then next week, they're like, we're all losing our job. I'm like, what? Can y'all help me sell these tickets to the show? No. May not have a place for the show? No. But that ain't the problem. I think the problem is I work with senior citizen servers. And I feel so bad for them. Because, like, what other place can they go at and be bitchy? Like, seriously, I have this old white dude. He swear he's a producer, director, and he does a lot of movies, and he's at Film Fest. I've never seen none of it. He's 68. He come to work, and he says it every fucking day. Like, I'm like, hey, are you coming to my show? Oh, I gotta go filming. It's in the desert, honey. And I'll be like, really? That's what the fuck you gotta do? And the fact that I feel bad about your bitch ass not having a job is bothering me. That's really bothering me. That bothers me. Everyone's drinking. And I gotta go to work and be in a good mood as a black woman. I think at this moment, I deserve a bonus. You know what I mean? And like, what is that check called where they let me leave early but still pay me? A supplement? Whatever the fuck. I need that. Because I really want to cuss everybody out. Because they're like, what are we gonna do? Bitch, you gonna go fucking look for a job. Like, what the fuck? It's every fucking day, and I've been working every day. And they're like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, right now, I'm gonna sell this pasta.
Okay.
You feel me? I'm gonna put this lasagna forward. You get me? See, can I get $100 by telling them, yes, we closing. This is your last pasta. And keep fucking moving. I hate it. It ain't just white people, but y'all know how y'all. I got 2 white friends that we talk about every fucking body. That's how I know I'm not as Southern as I used to be. I found my reparations in discussing with my white friends. Everybody ain't shit. They're like, I'm just gonna build furniture. One of them, I'm like, really? That's what you do. The other one, like, I'm just gonna be an actor, and I'm over here like, I'm gonna smoke a blunt and figure this shit out tomorrow. The fuck. And then when I smoke a blunt, I go to sleep, so it ain't really working. You know? That's what California do. Well, I'm from Augusta, Georgia. Just a little bit about me. Very small, very segregated, but yet together. I was raised by someone very fair-skinned, so she was a passer. If you don't know what that means she was me, but she looked like you. You know, just like you. So she was able to allow me to be raised in a mansion in the daytime, and then I had to go to the projects at night. It was like a very interesting switch because she was their cleaner. She was their maid. She was their chef. She was their everything. So that always gave me a weird mixed emotion about color. Like, it really didn't matter to me as a kid. But I
was raised by someone older, so when I had to go home to my young mother, she always let me know them crackers exist, and I never got that shit. You just left them crackers house, did you? Well, yeah, you don't take care of me. It's the crack epidemic. What you want me to do? Who else is gonna love me? So regardless, it bothered me, but it didn't sink into me until I got graduated college. Like, I had dealt with racism, carrying Bush administration, tomatoes, cars, toilet tissues, all that shit. But it's like, it's no big deal. But when I went to Atlanta and went to get a job at a restaurant in a neighborhood that's predominantly white, and they denied me. It wasn't that they denied me. I'm okay with being denied. I gave her my application, and she looked at me, looked around, told my friend, we don't hire her kind. Bye. I was like, oh, okay, cool. My kind ain't here. Ain't nobody else here like that. My friend was like, no. I mean, like, if it's not my kind, I'm like, maybe it's someplace where my kind is. Maybe I should go apply there. My friend is Asian, and she looking like, bitch, no. Come back. I'm like, let's go find my kind. Maybe in the ghetto or something. I ended up getting a job anyway because my little Asian friend was like, fuck that. Listen, Shawana, don't let people talk to you like that, okay? I was like, I don't get it. She was like, I can't believe racism still exists. I'm like, is that racism? She just don't like my kind. I'm so confused. Then it started bothering me because I started to see it more and more. I'm like, so I'm not your kind? You're not the people? You're just different white people? It's a different type of white person, just not regular people. So I was like, I'm going to move to California. Fuck this shit. They ain't got no racism, and I can smoke all the weed I want. I moved to this motherfucker. And this motherfucker, I got all the weed I want and more racism. I was like, what the fuck is going on over here? I thought y'all liked the diversity. It was like, no, we are diversity. We gonna act like you, but we gonna accept you. I was like, this shit is weird as fuck. Like, what the fuck? Every serving job I worked was the same way until I got to Maggiano's. It was like, nobody has a color. All of us are weird. It's like the art school you never had. Everybody is. We got trauma bonds. Literally, I'd be like, for $1,500, tell me the best thing your mother ever did for you. And people are like, well, she left me at 5. Am I going to win the contest? I'm like, probably. I'm going to go around the whole restaurant and ask everybody their trauma bonds. Like, I miss that place. I'm like, I ain't going to go to no other restaurant and spill my guts out like that. We're not going to talk about shit like that. That shit's going to hurt, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. My show is Wednesday. Y'all pray for me.
Yeah, where?
At Maggiano's.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, it's for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
All right.
So, me and Moody will perform it. Be performing. So, if you want to get tickets, go to Maggiano's, go to the events. It should be Eventbrite, huh? Or you can get his phone and scan it.
Yeah.
It has kicked my ass. I wanted to do an all-black show, but I realized, again, there's some diversity there, right? So all my friends are white, so I had to diversify everything because I wanted everybody to have everything, and then I got these senior citizens, so someone prayed for me. I'm not going to say too much because the show is Wednesday. That's telling their business. My girlfriend dumped me through text message. That's the juicy part. You think that's bad? Well, she Afro-Latino. I think it was just a Tuesday for her. It was. And you know what's so fucked up? Because I'm realizing the more in life I pay attention, the more everything is the fucking same. Like, everybody, all of us are fucked up. And I hate that shit. So she breaks up with me. I'm basically at work. It was the next day, but I'm a whole woman, so I'm still bitching. I'm basically at work, and my manager, I ain't touched the bottom.
So you say.
Who you texting? Can you see?
Actually, you made me go to look for a new cable.
Please. Because I wasn't jacking it off like everybody else.
I noticed that too, buddy. I had that feeling.
Like, I'm over here like, stand here, hold it like this, don't say nothing, don't have Mark give you the eye, okay?
I wasn't giving it, but I get your point.
Okay.
I had the same response.
So yeah, like she that mic threw me off. It just wanted to get into everyone's show, didn't it? Wanted to show up its own. So my manager, she was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, my fucking girlfriend broke up with me through a text," and I'm telling her with all these emotions. Can you fucking believe that? Like, and then she gonna text me, "I'm sorry," and gonna call me, I misread the fucking text. Can you please forgive me? No, and my manager like, "Why not? We do it all the time. Who the fuck is we?" Before I knew it, this is how I'm talking to my manager. I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, I've done that to me, and I said, that's why the fuck you single. And I don't mean no motherfucking harm, but that's why you gonna be a single mother forever. She mouth dropped. I was like, oh, I could lose my whole job at this moment. I just had a, you're not her, are you? We're not together, my bad. But bitch, get it together. She was like, the next day she came, she said, you got me bothered. I didn't realize that was a problem. Bitch, I'm bothered. That you women think it's not a problem. You can't break up with people and have miscommunication and say it's normal. It's not fucking normal, psycho. It's toxic, a little sexy, if you got, you know. But it's not the sex you want to do every month. I'm like every 6 months, throw this in there. You know what I'm saying? But let's not do that. And now I feel bad because every time I see my manager, I see my girlfriend. I'm like, you don't fucking listen. It's crazy. It is fucking crazy. It's the last days. Everyone's stressed, even her. So I'm like, okay, this lady comes in. She's like, I want to speak to the manager. I call a manager. She says, where is she? We tell her. All the managers tell this one little spicy bitch where everything is. She's like, okay, I'll be there. 45 minutes later, I done to just pay for the whole meal because she never went. So me and the other manager was like, hey, Kate, where were you? You didn't call me. The fuck? Yes, we did. If you did, I would have remembered. I said, you're just like my fucking girlfriend. Again, here we go with this dumb shit. I was there. She weren't you there? And she just walked off. She was like, you guys are crazy. I was like, no, you bitches is crazy. And that's how I don't know why I'm gay. I didn't choose to eat pussy. That wasn't, I would have chose some dick and just been okay, calm, maybe a little sad. Been bitching up here like some people the whole time, you know, but... You know, I'm like, but we all the same, I guess. I guess if I can handle you as a manager, I can handle her as a girlfriend. That's all I'm trying to say. Because you do pay me, so maybe she'll pay me something else. Oh, the last thing I want to say. My mama don't like me. I should have led with that. I just realized she don't fuck with me. I just moved into an apartment. I know that's random. Where did it come from? I had to, because I had to go. But listen, my mama don't like me, and I just realized that, and I got to go home tonight and write a letter to myself. Because I was like, hey, Mom, why you don't never come see me? She lives in Georgia. I live here. She's like, And I'm like, maybe she hear me. Hey, Mom, why you don't never come see me? One more time. Mom, why you don't want to come help me move? She want to whip what? Ha! What? Just ask. I said, if you don't like me, just say that. Like... My girlfriend dumping me, you won't come see me? Like, I ain't got nobody but Moody, and I feel bad for him. Because he done got cussed out all week. I have to tell the truth. I have to get it all out. I done cuss that poor baby out every day. He's like, are you okay? No, I'm okay, but I'm not okay. So I'm asking him, okay? Because, again, all of us bitches are crazy. My name is Shawanda. That's my time. Thank y'all. She wanna laugh at IG. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm on IG. And she wanna laugh. Like a girl who wanna laugh.
L-A-U-G-H?
Mm-hmm. L-A-U-G-H.
All right, y'all. We got it.
Yeah.
See that? Oh my God, she's gonna be giving us marriage advice next.
You know, I always tell these newlyweds, every woman should say the same thing to her husband first night. You know those words. Wait, stop. It's just too big. All right, guys. I tried to share that with you. Come on, I would never make that up. But, you know, we do have... My husband wanted something new the other night, right?
Okay, please.
Wanted something new? He said, you want it the other way? So I told you to bend over. But you didn't like that. I wanted to say it slipped. All right, guys, we're going to keep it going. Where's he going?
Popping out.
Are you really popping out? It would be funnier if your bladder's full. Well, I guess he's not going up right now, so that's okay. Because let me tell you, we're not going to be sad because we're still in the house with Patty.
Hey, ho, that's me. Hey, ho. Hey, give me the illusion you're excited. Come on, Solana, help me out. Oh, that's a little better. That's a little better.
Look at you. Whole fucking bunch of you. Well, is there anything good on your phone?
I'm trying to turn it off.
I remember, give her a round of applause. She was so wonderful. Yeah, I remember a couple weeks ago, you were alarmed because someone had told you weren't kidnappable.
Yeah.
What a terrible thing to say to someone. You guys, she's kidnappable, isn't she? Come on, give her a round of applause. Kidnappable, you got to be either fuckable or rich, right? That's what makes you kid. Now, I haven't seen your bank account, but you're kidnappable. I would repeatedly kidnap you. With consent, of course. I would kidnap the fuck out of you. Mothers, how about mothers, man?
Right.
Mothers, they know your buttons because they installed them. Oh yeah, my mother, wow. She she died a little while back. Either that or she's been ignoring me for the last couple of years. But if you knew my mother, that would not fucking surprise you at all. Oh my God. She had a borderline personality that knew absolutely no fucking borders. None whatsoever. She would say crazy shit, you know. She's terminally Catholic. She would just say fucking crazy shit at, you know, she'd say, vaguely religious sometimes just terrifying. She'd say, Patty! You know the way people treat you when they think you have cancer? And the way people treat you when they want to fuck your sister are exactly the same. Mommy, can I have a Pop-Tart? I'm fucking hiding from her. If I would hide with my little dog from her, she scared the shit out of me. You know, she was, my mother, I mean, you only get one, you don't get a choice. There's an Armenian over there trying to walk up. Come on, let's get her rounded up. She's adorable. Come over here. It's our own Armenian Bradley Cooper. Give him a fucking round of applause. Come on! There you go. He had to piss so badly. I don't know if you know about Armenians, but they're born with 3-day beards. So in fact, both him and his twin sister. Shawana, you looking for something, Shawana?
I am.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, don't mind me. I'm just up here trying to do stand-up. So don't think of me at all. Go ahead and then find whatever you're looking for. That's okay. Give Shawana a big round of applause. Yeah. Wow. Hey, listen, guys, I'm glad that you guys are still here. Just as fucking sexy people. And can I tell you this? I feel very strongly when I say this, that anybody that's here is better than anyone that's not here. Is that okay? That's good. Can I get some love for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What were we talking about, my mother? I can tell. She's my mother. I can talk about her if I want to. She would say vaguely Catholic stuff to me, like, she would say, hey, Patty, you ever notice all the pro-abortion people have already been born? Once again, Mommy, can I have a Pop-Tart? I mean, here's the thing, like, I'm like when I come here to open mic, it's like going home for me, you know? Riddled with insecurity and self-doubt. My mother was, she would say, like, towards the end, she would just go up to random people, anybody, and tell them she voted for Obama. It's like, Mom, you don't have to tell the waitress you voted for Obama. And here's the sick part. She didn't vote for Obama. She would have never fucking voted for Obama. Oh, no. She just said that because she liked the look she got out of people. My mother was an immigrant, a very strict Catholic, and a devout racist. Oh, I know you think those things would be mutually exclusive, but sadly, no. No. If my mother saw Barack Obama walk on the water, she'd say, I told you they couldn't fucking swim, Patty. Sorry. I've got to tell the truth. I've got to tell the fucking truth. I'm I'm an immigrant. I came here when I was about 8, right? And I left Belfast, which was a civil war going on there. It was fucking terrifying. You know, if you want to, you guys might have your own civil war here soon, and you can report to me. But yeah, I grew up in the Civil War. It was the most violent city in the world. Actually, my uncle, sadly, was killed by an Irish car bomb, which was ironic because that was his favorite drink. But Belfast was fucking terrifying. You know, it was so many bombings that my mother looked forward to the gunfire. She said, "No, come on, no, Patty, it's only gunfire. Get out there, you little cunt. Go on out there. Well, listen, don't be a queer. Get the fuck out there and play." Can I fucking say something? I just want to point something out to you, okay? That word, the word that, you know, or actually there's 2 in there that might upset you. I can't fucking decide which one it is. But first of all, she always said queer, never gay, oddly progressive for her, right? And that word, the C word, is a mild term of endearment in Ireland. You know, and by the way, at the time, we weren't so caught up about fucking words. We were more caught up about keeping both our fucking legs with all the fucking bombs going off. Like, and we never cared what restroom you fucking used, what public restroom. We could care less. We were more concerned with getting out of the public restroom with both our fucking legs. Both of them. We didn't fight over shit like that, you know. And my father, he didn't want to raise his family in such a violent place, you know, horrible place. So we moved to the south side of Chicago. Take your fucking time with that, would you? For a minute. Hey, you'll be happy to know Belfast was the most dangerous city in the world at the time. We moved to Chicago, which was violent for American standards, but at the time, not violent at all compared to Belfast. But guess what? You're number one again. Oh, yeah. See, you guys are, it amazes me what we trip over. You know what I mean? Like we're number one, right? Americans, we like to go places that we're fucking number one. We're number one. That's why people fucking hate us. Shut up, we're number one. Yes, you're number one, okay? Give me a we're number one. We're number one. Give it to me. Okay, shut the fuck up about being number one, would you? All right? Yes, you're number one in diabetes. You're number one in obesity. Number one in child gunshot victims. Number one in 4 right here. We're number one, man. Number one, baby. Come on. Number one, education, number 27. Whoa! Hey, that's why Johnny can't read, but he can fucking shoot, can he? He can fucking shoot. Fucking people, it blows my mind. Look, you may criticize my Catholicism, but in Catholic school, if there's an assault, you know, maybe it's a nun with a ruler, or maybe a priest with his penis. Either way, you're gonna fucking live. It's my point. And I come here to this great country of yours. First of all, I was a fat kid. I was fat. Fatty Patty. That was they called me in Belfast. Fatty fucking Patty. Fatty Patty fucking fat Patty fat egg. So I come here to this country. You guys have words. They said, oh no, you're not Fat Patty. You're just husky. It's like, why would you call me a dog's name? Why would you call me a fucking dog's name? A husky. It said fucking husky on my pants too. I'm like, what the fuck could they put on their pants? Then the other thing is, like, in Ireland, there were 2 types of people. There were Catholics and there were Protestants. That was it. I never heard anybody called a color. A human being called a color to like him. I never heard anybody called white. Now, by the way, we only had white people there at the time. I mean, but you know, we learned to kill each other over Jesus. So you'll be happy to know for about 400 fucking years. If you get to know each other real well, you can learn to despise each other for other reasons. Is what my point is. But I never heard anybody called a color like there. And I've got to clarify something. I left Ireland in 1971, and there was only one black Irishman in the whole country, just one. His name was Philip Lynott, and he played the bass in Thin Lizzy. It was a very famous band at the time, Thin Lizzy. Tonight there's going to be a break, a very big band. I loved them. You know what we called him? Catholic. I had to come all the way here to the land of the free and the home of the brave, where all men are created equal, to discover my newfound whiteness. Entitled me to a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, white privilege is true. I can see it because where I was born, it didn't exist. But I got it now. Oh, fuck yeah, I got it now. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with it. You know, I don't know what I did to earn it, but I got it now. In this country, even Helen Keller had white privilege. She was just completely fucking unaware of it. Like most people with white privilege. Just not aware of it. Like, for instance, I can go anywhere and people don't, like when you look at me, you don't see an immigrant. Because your media hasn't built it in your head to look at me and see an immigrant. You know, watch Fox News. They have lots of segments. Well, if you don't. I'm not telling you what, but if you do, lot of sections, a lot of episodes about immigrants, none of them fucking look like me. I wonder why that is. Like my wife could be a pigment of my imagination, maybe a hereditary skin condition. Like my wife, her parts come from the Philippines, but she was assembled here. So she's constantly complimented by older white people about her wonderful command of the English language. Oh my God, you speak English so well. Where did you learn to speak English? Rancho Cucamonga, bitch. And, because I have this face a lot of times, people, that look like me will look right at me, and they don't see an immigrant, so they'll say just fucking, people that look like me, they look right at me and say evil shit about immigrants. I was at Fuddruckers. Fucking delicious hamburgers. Out there in Rancho Cucamonga. Fox News is on the TV, and this guy in front of me turns around, he looks right at me. He says, I didn't come here all the way from Ireland to see this great country overrun by immigrants. I said, Dad. Tucker Carlson is lying to you. He's a fucking liar. But my dad's taking the Kool-Aid, man. He's an immigrant that's been here a long time, and they drink the Kool-Aid. He's fallen by the wayside, and we have a different way of looking at ourselves, the Irish, because we really don't give a fuck. We actually like the most negative part of our stereotypes. Toxic sports mascots like the Washington Redskins, remember? God, they changed the name, they should have, it's a slur. But have you ever seen the way that the Native American was depicted on the side of the helmet? Distinguished, gazing into the distance, proud. Have you seen the mascot for Notre Dame? It's a drunken leprechaun in the attack position. My father loves that fucking leprechaun. Fucking fighting Irish, fucking right, Paddy. Now listen, I'm gonna wrap up, but I'm gonna give you. I think I may be the only one here, but I'm gonna share. You look like a good group of people. Let me share this with you. This is the Irish know this amongst ourselves. I'll share it with you. Come in, lean a little closer in. All right. People think that the Irish, that we love all leprechauns. That's pretty much true. But there's one leprechaun that we cannot stand. The Lucky Charms leprechaun. You know this leprechaun? Have you seen this leprechaun? See him on the TV? They're out after me, Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious. You can hear my father from the other side of the house. Fuck! That's how Irish people say fuck. Fucking queer leprechauns on the television again. Fucking queer leprechauns on dope. He's on dope. See, anybody my father didn't like was on dope. He's on dope! But you see, my father was embarrassed because a leprechaun has been for over 1,000 years a sacred symbol of our culture. And it embarrassed him that this leprechaun was running around, apparently in a drug-induced state, effeminately screaming. You see, the Lucky Charms leprechaun is kind of our Flavor Flav. We've all got one. The Italians have Rudolph Giuliani. Listen, you guys have been marvelous. I mean, give yourself a round of applause. Listen, I'm going to wind up my set, if I might, by quoting famed comedian Louis C.K. Thank you for allowing me to expose myself. I'm Paddy. Paddy for Comedy, P-A-D-D-Y-F-O-R-C-O-M-E-D-Y. Keep it going for Sunda!
Fantastic. Oh my God, where'd you guys come in?
That was so good.
We went around. That was great. Did you guys have a good time with Paddy?
Yeah.
Paddy is that laddie, man. My mouth hurt from laughing. That's great. It was really from blowing. I'm kidding.
Okay.
But listen, what's going on with Stain Garden? You coming up? Liam?
I can come up.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
This is my first time up here, so please feel free to laugh at me or hold all laughter until the end. So I don't really know how to start this, so I'll just dive right in. So, I'm a little young, so I'm still into these like memes and stuff. I don't know how well versed you guys are with memes. You're pretty old. So there's been this meme that's in circulation. It's about a nightmare blunt rotation, and I don't know. It mostly like has like celebrities, like people you'd want to smoke a blunt with. Like I've never seen anyone where I wouldn't be like, yeah, that could be an interesting day. Like, so I don't know. It's been making me think like, what would be an actual nightmare blunt rotation? And like the first thing that came to my mind was my grandparents. Like I love my grandparents, but I hate my grandparents. I'm from the South, so like I feel like half the time it would be just listening to my grandpa just rail against like critical race theory, and then like I don't know, not a good time. And then I was like, all right, got the old people, maybe keep with the theme. A lady with Alzheimer's. I don't know if you know anything about Alzheimer's, but they forget a lot. It's pretty much the whole thing about Alzheimer's. So I was just thinking, just some lady, she's just there like. Just like, all right. And then, after that, I don't know, how can it really get worse than someone who doesn't? I don't know, maybe I'll have this mic.
You know what?
It's called the base of the
How
mic.
would you think it is?
Do I just like stop?
You just
watching?
try
just
like,
keep going.
jerk it off.
Okay.
You just keep going.
Stop, son. Just plug it in.
Keep
You
going.
gotta wiggle it. You gotta wiggle it, not jerk.
That's not my tempo.
There you go.
The wiggling.
Speak.
Hello?
Come on, speak.
Hello?
Keep speaking.
It's still speaking.
Well, now we hear you. Give yourself a round of applause so you can keep going without so much water. There you
Keep
go.
going.
All right, I'll continue. All right. So then I try to think of, something worse than, old people. And that's where my mind took me. My mind took me here. A skunk. Hear me out. Imagine, not only do they stink, but they're also a feral animal. Like, just imagine that just being around there. There's probably an animal trainer there trying to contain it the whole time. It might get loose one time. Just, scratching people's legs, biting me. I don't know. I don't really know skunks. But, I don't know. Kamala Harris. All right, that's the end of that joke. So, I have a real fascination with arsonists. Not because I am one. I'm just I'm really into fire and destruction. So anyway, I like to think about stuff. You guys think before? Anyone think?
Yeah.
Good. So I was thinking about, how do those people get into that shit? There has to be, something to trigger that in their head. Some gateway fire, just, that gateway burn that just happens. And I was just what is that first moment like? Do you think they're out there with their dad, they're just cooking s'mores and they just, stare into the flamey abyss and they're just I like this shit. Just God damn. And then how do they hide that shit? You think that there's a closeted arsonist out there, or many closeted arsonists, they're just in their closet burning Post-it notes, and then when they're ready to come out to their true selves to their parents, they're Mom, Dad, I burned down the shed.
Oh.
And who knows, maybe their parents are accepting of them. They signed them up for an arsonist internship, Maybe there's a community of arsonists, I don't really know. Maybe, is there any camaraderie between, fellow fire lovers? I don't know, I just like to think. So anyway, I'm a child, so I still see a pediatrician. I try to go, once a year, but it's, really awkward, because I'm getting to the point where people don't know if I'm there for an appointment, or to pick up my son for an appointment. So it's me and a bunch of people who just got back from a sleepover at Michael Jackson's. So every time I'm there, I'm oh yeah, this might be my last time. I'm an adult now. Never is. And at the end, they're always oh, do you want a lollipop? Of course I want a fucking lollipop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, I got those yearly appointments where they check your dick for like cancer or some shit. And, you know, I always try to like break the ice with that part and be like, oh yeah, this is my favorite part. And, you know, some good old sarcasm here and there, you know. And one time a doctor beat me to the punch. I don't want to relive that moment. But I was like, either you like a good old fashioned like flaccid penis or something nefarious is going on. Last time I went, they asked me if I was comfortable with a woman doing some investigation, and I was like, yeah, I ain't scared. I lied. I tried my line, and you know, she didn't really fall for it, and it's like, it's really creepy when you're like looking at someone in their workplace as you undress, and you're just like, this is my favorite part. And of course you're up there for like 15 minutes before, you know, like talking yourself up, like, is it cold in here? You know, it's really cold in here. And like, you don't even have that much competition, because like I said, Michael Jackson, like really young. And, you know, I'm in an office with a bunch of fucking toddlers, basically. So I pull out my like 2 to 9er. It's like somewhere in the middle. I'm just gonna leave some up to interpretation. And it was cold. And it was like silent in the room for a bit, and then she was like, "Do you want a lollipop?" Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of dicks, when I was younger, I saw my father's. I don't know how many of you guys have ever walked in on your parents.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a great time. So it was Father's Day. I was young. I was ignorant. I was exploring, and I had this like weird thing when I was younger where I would like go into their room at night and turn off their TV because it helped me sleep or something. It was a weird perverse ritual, and basically, you know, it was one night I walked in, and you know, just like opened the door and I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is it so big? And it was, you know, when you're in that position, you don't really know what to do. You're just like, please just carry on. You walk back in. My dad comes into my room. He was like, Liam, me and your mother, we weren't doing anything. We were just like, you know, I was just kissing her goodnight. I was like, so it was flaccid? What the fuck? You know, and like, when I tell people this story, they're like, damn, it must have sucked, like, you know, seeing your parents in that position. I'm like, no, it sucks seeing myself in this position. And then he told me, it was like, never like come in when the door is shut. So now I'm just, you know, walking around in my house, seeing the door shut all the time. I come home from Sunday school. I'm like, what the fuck? It's 9 a.m. Yeah, that's my time.
Yeah. Tell us your name when they can find you. That's my time.
My name's Liam. I guess you can find me on Instagram. Liam.Strumminger.
Okay, Liam dot
Strumminger.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
What type of Irish shit
Nice
was that?
job,
Tip
huh?
your safe word.
Strumminger. Oh, first time going on. This isn't real, is it? Okay, sorry, Wes. I didn't fall. Can we give it up for Wes who introduced us today? God bless you guys. And you know what? If you need a copy of your set, please make sure you talk to Wes. Please make sure. And we're gonna get the cable fixed, but all you have to do is just stand here and play around and make believe that's not broken. And we're okay because we know this guy can do it. Let's get up for the comedy of Andre Abrahamian.
Thank you. Okay. Is this mic working?
Yes.
Pretend it
Yes.
is.
Works better.
How y'all doing tonight? Mondays. Gotta love Mondays. It's a good time. Makes me feel good. Alright. Oh man. It's good to be here. It's great. I love the new setup, Sunda. It's cool. It's cool. It feels honest. It feels a little intimate, yeah. A little too intimate. Yeah. My name is Andre Abrahamians.
Yeah.
It's good to be here. I'm Armenian and Persian and Russian, which means I'm hairy, I'm shallow, I'm a threat to our democracy, apparently. It's funny, like growing up, I grew up in a very deeply religious household, and so my folks, as you know, like Armenians are Christian, they're Orthodox, Russians are Orthodox, Persians are Muslim. So, yeah, and coming to Hollywood, you realize that Christianity isn't that cool anymore. You know, it's not the 70s. They're not making Jesus Christ Superstar, they're making a lot of other things. And I'm like two Christians sandwiched between, two Orthodoxes sandwiched between a Muslim is like two Jonas Brothers going at it on Priyanka Chopra. And anyway, it's been fun. It's been fun. I am on the dating apps. I'm not ashamed of it. Just got out of a relationship right now. Single, and I'm happy to mingle, and I'm not ashamed of it. Dating apps are cool. It's more competitive. Yeah. Are you guys on dating apps?
Yeah.
No? It's a safe space. It's a safe space. It's okay. I don't get it with the younger women. I'm 31. I'm not ashamed to say it. But the younger women think that we should be girlfriends before we go out, you know? They're like, hey, what's going on? How's your life? What is going on? You matched with me. You started the conversation on Bumble. It's the female-focused app. Let's go out. What more is there to talk about? Seriously. I just, you know... Maybe I'm old school. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old-fashioned guy. You know, I don't want to get to know you until after we have sex. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't want to get to know you at all.
Hey!
Yeah. Oh, truth will set you free. So I was with my cousins this weekend. My cousin, my youngest. So I'm Armenian, and Armenians have lots and lots of families. We're kind of like Nigerians in that way. You just more cousins coming out of the woodwork every year. I went to this family reunion. Started at 5, the graduation party, and no one was there. I was there early because I am an idiot. Okay, I mean, I'm used to not being late, and Sunda has got me to come on time to things, and that is a good trait to have. Talking about being in New York, real quick, little side tangent. In New York, the homeless people give you money, okay? I saw a guy, he told me, he's like, you know what, you look like Saul Goodman, you know? I was like, Bob Odenkirk, who just had a stroke like a few weeks ago, I look like that old man? I was like, you're missing 4 teeth, what are you talking about, man? Ugh. Anyway, back to so I get there, and my cousin Dante and my cousin Julian are listening to Hamilton. You guys know the musical Hamilton?
Yeah.
So it's that song, I'm not gonna miss my shot. Yeah, I'm not gonna, and I came in and I'm just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, I'm not gonna miss my shot. And Dante's like, you know who sings that song, Andre? I was like, yeah, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's like, yes, keep it that way, okay? That's when I was like, kids are not being bullied hard enough today, okay? Because they'd be scared of Uncle Andre coming in here, all right? So, anyway, the party's going. I talked to my uncle Armen, and he gets me a drink. He got me a drink, vodka, lime, and ice, which, as he calls it, the Legends of Kremlin Falls. Which I love, as you know. I was like, well, thank you, and got me pretty buzzed. And I was like, you know, why'd you make me this drink? Of all the drinks to make, why'd you make that? He's like, well, it could help you with your act, standing up to Ukraine. And I was like, that's really great. I love it. Oh, don't be shy, guys. You guys don't give a damn about Ukraine. I can see it in all your eyes. Come on. You have family in Ukraine? Does anyone have family in Ukraine? No. Come on, guys. We're fighting a proxy war. You learn your history. It's been done. Mr. Mike Moody. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. America has always been fighting wars it shouldn't be in. And it's us. We're the people who are paying to be in those wars from the very beginning. And there's nothing we can do. Anyway. So I'm having a couple of these Legend of the Fall, Kremlin Falls. I'm considering my citizenship, and my cousin Dante is like, hey, Uncle Andre, let's go play basketball. So we start playing basketball, and I'm like, you know, I'm like a drunk vet at this point. You know, I got like a cigarette in my mouth. I'm just like, all right, let's do this shit. So they're going around, and my cousin Dante's like 4'11". I'm like 5'10". I'm not that tall. Women think I'm short, but you know, like I said, I don't care. But yeah, with but being around short people, it makes you feel tall, you know, and that's good. And so my cousin Dante's going out for a layup, and I'm like, "You're not gonna make this shot, bitch!" And I smacked that shit out of the way. Felt good. Felt great. So Salman Rushdie. You guys know who Salman Rushdie is? He got stabbed on Friday in New York giving a speech about freedom of speech. Okay? And he said America is a safe haven. And if you don't know Salman Rushdie, he published a book in 1987. Yeah, and it was, it pretty much got a fatwa. Which, if you don't know your Sharia law, I'm your resident Middle Eastern attorney. Essentially, that's when the Ayatollah puts a hit. No, it doesn't say you should die or you shouldn't die. It's a ruling. You know, they've had Sharia law for thousands of years. You would go in and say, hey, I have an upset stomach. What should I drink? Sharia law would give you a fatwa. They would say, have some Sprite. You know. So this fatwa is not saying the Ayatollah is not saying we should kill Salman Rushdie, but it's not saying we shouldn't kill him for his beliefs. And so Islam is a very touchy religion. As you know, no one's come out to defend him except for white people. Which is ironic, right? You know, you would think there are other Muslim actors, performers. What are they saying? Nothing. Okay? So I see this and I say, this is just, it's just so terrible, you know? So it got me thinking about, you know, the last time I watched a good soccer game. More importantly, when I watched Saudi Arabia play Iran. Do you guys watch soccer at all? Sure. Good liars. You guys are good liars. I like it. My type of people. So anyway, so the game is going on, and it's like, Muhammad passes it to Muhammad. Who passes it to Muhammad? Who tosses it to Muhammad? Who crosses over to Muhammad? And Muhammad scores! If you're just coming in, that's the replay of the 9/11 towers falling down. So, yeah. Come on, guys. It's been 20 years. Let's get it going. Take a joke. That's me. I'm responsible. Yeah. I'm kidding. Okay. A woman was flying that plane, obviously. Anyway, I say that all because I think freedom of speech is under attack, and it takes... Comedians think it's tough right now to get on stage and perform. They're scared. I say look at Salman Rushdie, okay? Like... He's not a comedian, and I bet his life is more in danger than our lives. I think we got it pretty good as comedians. Okay. I got you hostage for another minute and a half, so I'm just gonna take a quick... Oh, yeah! So I moved to West Hollywood.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, WeHo, baby. All right. Now, when I say we, you guys say ho. We, ho. We. All right, enough slut shaming. It's cool. But living, so I lived in Century City, and Century City was pretty cool because I lived in this really old house. It was 100 years old. They put a centennial sign on it, okay? And then I got a notice one day in the house, and I was like, what does this notice say? And it says, this house is old, bitch! It's dangerous! You shouldn't be here. You know how many ghosts have died here, you know? So many actors are living here. But I do like being in West Hollywood because now, instead of being hit on by cougars, I get hit on by daddies, which is kind of cool. Except I'm going up the stairs in my building now, and this older gentleman, he's like rushing up there, and then I turn the corner, and all of a sudden he falls on top of me, and I catch him, and I'm like, are you all right? He's like, are you all right? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't feel your boner against my legs. Probably not. What else we got? In your 20s, you're getting hit up by women all the time. Liam, friend, I'll tell ya. Do it while you can, because in your 30s, they're gonna be gone. They're gonna be married and they're gonna be pregnant, and you're gonna be like, what is it, a Taylor Swift concert this weekend? What is it? You know? No one knows. I think sex trafficking is easy in America, especially in Los Angeles. It's so easy to sex traffic an actor. Just say you're a film and TV agent. Just be like, meet me at the Fairfax and Beverly at 2 a.m. I'll be in the silver van. My name is Tiffany. And so you go over, and you see this van, you're like, hey, is Tiffany here? Yeah, I'm here for the audition. And you know what I love about these old vans? Slam the door real quick. With these new vans, it's like, there's enough time for you to escape. You know what? This is creepy. I ain't gonna get out of here. I'm gonna step right out, alright? Alright, thank you guys so much for coming over. Appreciate it. Give it up for your host, Sunda!
I'm still here.
You are.
That was so funny. Oh my God, did you have fun, Andre?
Always.
Good, I'm so glad you had fun, because I want you to have fun. Because everyone knows that we have the comedy of the one and only Iho. Come on, Iho, let's do this. I'm saying it wrong. Iho.
Alright. Hopefully it's filming something.
That's a nice shoe.
Thank you. Oh, I left my note. How you guys doing?
Good.
My microphone's working. Doesn't matter, I guess. Oh, thank you. I always have a camera crew on my chair. Thank you. So I fucked my first Illuminati member. Like, I had a hookup, and then I don't have tattoo, so I admire people with tattoo, like, with their commitment. I can't commit on anything, so I'm like, nice, you have a commitment, so let me know what it means, right? I nicely ask questions. So, what does it mean? What does it mean? So they love explaining to that, you know, men with tattoo love explain that. Then I'm like, oh, what is this one? He's like, oh, this is a Illuminati tattoo. I'm a member of Illuminati. And then I'm like, whoa, I never fucked an Illuminati person. He didn't hypnotize me or anything. That was like disappointing, but it wasn't too bad. He said, oh yeah, like I go meeting once a year and the old rich people are talking about business. I'm like, is that Illuminati? Like, Like kind of not exciting. We hype up Illuminati way too much. It's not that cool. So I go weird
Illuminati.
then.
You mean Illuminati?
Illuminati, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Am I pronouncing weird? Illuminati.
Oh, okay.
That was humanity.
It's Illuminati, though, right?
Illuminati. I can't say it. Illuminati, yeah. Yeah, I can say it. I get applause for that pronunciation. I love being foreigner. I go dentist. My dentist is fucking weird, like sitcom dentist. I don't know how they still have business. Like they cut my mouth once, inside my mouth with the looter. They cut me, and also, like the crown I ordered didn't fit. And there's a one dentist always like, well, I couldn't go to dentist for a while because American Medicaid, like just medical system is fucked up. So I couldn't go dentist. It's fucking expensive. And I finally go, and then the dentist is like, why didn't you come until now? You have to come earlier. Like, why didn't you come? It's terrible. Like, he tells me that every week. Dude, I'm aware. Do you think I'm not aware? It hurts. Like, you don't have to tell me that. Eventually, I'm like, you don't have to scare me. Just can you do it, the job?
Right.
And then one day, they got a hot dentist. I'm like, my procedure is done soon, and like, you guys finally got a fucking hot dentist? Like, what the fuck? He put his finger in my mouth, and I'm like, don't take it off, just put it in deeper. Don't put it out. God, I'm way too horny. Never felt that horny in a dentist. That was nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see him again in 2 weeks when my crown is done. So, I grew up nerd. I loved anime growing up. Like, there's a we call Fujoshi means who is rotten, and Joshi means girl, like rotten girl. that was who I am. Like people, I identify myself as Rotten Girl, and I was proud to be Rotten Girl. Like Rotten Girl, what Rotten Girls does is we love gay porn. That's basically it. Women loves gay porn. That's like animated gay porn. So I was into it since I was 12. So I was writing a porn novel about my classmate, 2 boys. Like I don't have to date them. Like I won't date them. Each other. Like I don't have to involve in. I'm just gonna write a story about. That was fun growing up, being supportive to gay people, or sexualizing and taking advantage of gay people. I don't know. I was really into my favorite manga at that time was Fullmetal Alchemist. It's about brothers like try to give it a mother back in life, and they fail, and they lost their arm and their legs, and they burn their house and then leave and then go like trouble to get back to their body, and then they burned the house. They fucking burned house. The father is still out there, and one day father comes back and the first thing he said is, "What happened to the house?" The brother is like 13. Like when I was 13 and watching it, I was like, "Yeah, asshole dad, you came back, asshole." But like now watching it, I'm like, yeah, he would say that. What happened to the house? Like, yeah, just fucking burnt it. He probably still had a mortgage, you know? He wasn't there, but they were alive, so he was paying some amount of money. He was paying for the house, and the house is gone. Of course he's sad. Like, it's sad to be adult, you know? I can't enjoy that story anymore. No. Like I used to enjoy. I'm like worrying about their mortgage. So, I had a dachshund for a long time, and I'm so good at impersonation of my dachshund, but this ability never gets spotlight, so I just want to do it here. All right. This is specifically dachshund. If like you have dachshund, you will know. But like, it's specifically dachshund. Like that's so important. It's not just general dog sound. This is dachshund. Maybe I should learn some other dogs, and then I can. This is Chihuahua. Like I can show, and then finally my ability will be shown to the world, I guess. Yeah, useless. So I'm from Japan, and Japan has a lot of earthquake. I fucking hate that shit. That shit is scary. Like you have nowhere to escape. First time I experienced a very big earthquake, I was like 13, and I was with my friend. And the earth is shaking, it's happening. My friend is holding tall bookshelf next to me. And then I was like... So if I close my ears, I don't hear the earth is shaking. If I close my eyes, I don't see the earth is shaking. If I'm jumping, I don't feel the earth is shaking. I was mad genius. Don't do it. Without my friend, I was dead because of that bookshelf. Underneath the table. That's a drill you guys should do. It's California. How long more do I have? No one knows. I have no idea.
You have 2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay. So, Japanese funeral is fucking weird. Like, Buddhism funeral, I guess. When my grandma died, we had the cremation place. Cremation is must in Japan. So if you don't want to get cremated, don't die in Japan. It's illegal if we don't cremate. So we gotta cremate you if you die there. So we're waiting at a cremation place. So it's like 20 minutes, but we eat lunch. I don't know. We always eat lunch there. That was a barbecue bento. who the fuck wanna eat barbecue while human barbecue is going right there? It was delicious. Protein of the day. It was good. So after that, my grandma's body came out, like scalding and like body bones and stuff. The lady holding box and chopsticks, and she say, "We're gonna pick up bones and put in a box." Why the fuck? I don't know. It's tradition. There's no need of explaining. So we moved in, and then at the climax, she's holding the hammer, and then she say, "We're gonna crush the skull, so it's gonna fit in the box."
Oh my God.
Who wants to volunteer? And my dad is like, "Oh, Miho, you are her favorite. You should do it." Yes, Daddy.
Damn.
I loved her.
Oh my God.
It was a great experience. Highly recommend to do it. You know, it fits because I squashed her skull. Very helpful. Yeah, that's why I left Japan. I don't want to go back there anymore. You know, I don't want to crush any more loved one's skull. This is my time. Thank you. I'm really happy. Search everywhere. Miho Fuji, like MIHO, like a Fujifilm or Fuji Apple. Yeah.
Oh my God, you are too funny. It just gets better. And just when you think it's funny and you want to leave, we are going to give you the comedy of Pete Rivas. Let's do it. Come on, Petey. Rivas.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
How are you? My name is Peter Vivas. Single. Damn. It's Vivas with a V. Oh no. That's another family. I'm Nicaraguan. So that's another family in Nicaragua, so I take it personally. It's Vivas. No, I'm not mad. I just want everybody to know that I'm Nicaraguan, that you understand a little bit about myself. But I wanted to try this thing called Confessions with music. It calms me. I don't know why my heart rate beats 1,000 miles an hour, but this is an ad. That is an ad. Ooh, shoot.
You're gonna need us all.
Ah, shoot.
Now you can take all those supplements you're taking.
There you go. That feels good. It's so annoying that people who are looking at things and describe it with a just in front of it as if it's like takes away from the thing. Like, for instance, like Catholics and Christians tend to always say, "Oh, you're saying I'm just an animal?" I can't just be an animal. What's the just there? You can't, like, yes, you are an animal. Evolution. I grew up with the idea of creation, the creationist theory. Boy, was that a scam. Realizing that you got lied to for years. On the very nature of how humans have evolved and come about. I've realized I don't need much to eat now that I'm living alone in LA as a bachelor. But it's really challenging when you realize that you don't need that much because you spend so much money on food. And chicken breast just went up. Jesus. So I don't buy spinach anymore because it's so perishable. I thought about taking a Xanax today, but then I remembered that I could just drink the LA tap water and relax. Take a deep breath from this very active world. I think I had a nervous breakdown one day. I don't know when, but for some reason silence is really peaceful to me. I have a grandfather who loves telling a story about his friend who lost his life to a bag of wavy Lay's chips. And everybody, he tells the story during Christmas, funerals, even birthday parties. Everybody, come on, G-Pop, what? Tell us the story. How did your friend die from the chips? Well, here, old kids, here, poor old Joe died off from a bag of wavy potato chips. They are a butcher's knife. Here, you see here, them bags back then were made awfully tough. And he used that butcher knife right, Charity. He went the wrong way. Tostino's chips are all he eats. Out of respect for his friend. We love that story. I love that story. It's a good story. One time I was trying to buy drugs off of the dark web. And I got scammed. But it wasn't that I didn't get the drugs. It's that I was thrown into a whole loop in believing that customs had acquired said drugs. And I'm freaking out. What do I do, man? I don't want to get arrested. Prison? It's not for someone like me. Oh, do you guys sell alcohol here? Whew. I had a girlfriend one time break up with me because she said I get too cold. Like, what the? Corporate pizza parties. That was like a big thing when I was a real estate agent in Miami. And they did pizza parties. Why do they choose pizza? Like, that's an elementary school thing. It's like that should be a good red flag, an indicator that a company's definitely going under. I love paying $20 for parking. It's my biggest fear to be like the dumbest guy in the room and not know it. You know? Like, to not know you're the dumbest one in the room. to not know it. It's like the feeling that you get when you're standing in line and you're not looking at anything in particular, paying attention to anyone, just tapping, being watched. It's almost over, sir. It's almost over. Just let me have this for a little longer. My neck hurts so much. I was pumping up the jams. To pump up the jams, I was head bobbing really hard this weekend. And my neck is in agonizing pain. Oh. Is it almost done? Is it over?
Yes.
No, I seriously love it. I love doing this. This is an interesting approach that I'm trying to take to try to explain to you my stories. I'll finish it off with this one to let you know a little bit about what kind of piece of shit I am. I one time said how thankful I was to my Coach G in front of a bunch of students. Can you guys guess what I said I was grateful for? I said I was grateful for my big dick. I did say that, but that wasn't really the most interesting part. It was when Coach G decided to read it out loud and asked who did. Right. And then wrote it on the board. Who wrote, "I am grateful for my big dick." And I vehemently stood up and said, "I am grateful for my big dick." And I've been called Big Tiny by those teachers on my Facebook comments ever since. That's my time. Woo. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Peter Vivas. I also have a podcast called the Peter Vivas Podcast. Subscribe to it. Show some love.
Yes.
Woo.
Yeah.
Everybody should follow everybody, not just Peter Vivas. Were you going up?
Oh yeah, my Instagram too. I'm just gonna double dip here.
You're gonna double
Just
dip?
double dip. Peter
Right.
Vivas, PETRVIVAS. S.
S.
So many
And
S's.
Viv. Yes.
Viv,
three.
many.
right, and I always say Viva because my daughter's a Viva. I'm sorry about that, but that's okay. Guys, I'm gonna head over to the Comedy Store because I have to. So, she's going. She said she wasn't going up. Now she's going up. Well, you know what? You guys can close out and let her do 5. I can't be late. I have to take the car.
Why?
I need it.
Who's picking me up?
He'll drop you up on the way.
This is what I'm talking about.
This is what I'm saying, okay? But let's be polite because this woman's going to give us a few minutes. Let's get you going. You say Renata, but I say Renata. Come on! And I will see you next time. I'm so sorry I wasn't
Very
late.
nice to meet you.
Oh, yes. Wasn't it nice to meet you? Yes.
Hi, I'm nervous. Pretend like y'all my friends and I know y'all. Can I do that?
Yeah.
I'm not Southern, but people do get me confused a lot for Southern, Hispanic. But I have no accent. They get me mistaken for a white girl. Do I really look that white? Or do I really sound that white? Which one is it? I don't speak Spanish. Is it my brown skin? My white feet? Can you tell that they're white? No. My mom sees me on video chat and she's like, "Oh my God, you're so white." And I'm like, "Mom, you don't recognize me?" bitch, you don't know how white you are? You're Italian. Well, she a little more olive skin. But if you call my mom white, she's Italian, she'll flip out. She's like, not white, European. What did she say in her ghetto voice? She swears she black though. She's like, I'm Italian. You would have to hear her say it. She's like, I am Italian. I was like, spell Italian. Do Italians say the same Italian? Or is it just, it's just your ass. Okay. Okay, we'll go with that. She makes up her own language, so therefore I do too. I think everyone has their own language, whether it's love language, music, art, performing arts. So, I told y'all my name right. I hope I didn't. Renata?
Yeah.
Okay, but some people call me Ramada. They can't pronounce it. They can't spell it. Yeah. I'm not sure what else to say to you guys. Let's see. Anybody have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have special needs boys. No, don't feel bad. They give me a list every time I see them. I have one severely autistic son. He can talk really, really good. Mom, yes. WWE. Okay. Mom, yes. Target. And I'm like, Target? You think
Right in here?
think I have a job? Does anybody in LA work? Does anybody really have a job?
Yeah.
I mean, does anybody actually like clock in anymore? Or does everybody work from home? Because I'm trying to get shit done and I swear, nobody works. I call this
never
number,
did.
leave a message, call this number, voicemail for. And I'm like, okay, it's the gas price. Everybody's on strike. They're like, fuck it, I'm staying at home. Gas is too high. They're like, we're not going to quit. We're just going to say, because of COVID, we're working from home. Right? Everybody's working from home because of COVID. Or monkeypox. Or smallpox. Or polio. Scoliosis. Is anybody working from home because of anything? Yeah, everybody? Okay, good.
No.
No? You don't like working from home?
No.
I don't like working from home either. That's why I escaped my house and I'm on stage. My kids are mad as hell. Do you know why? Because I'm here and I'm not cooking dinner.
Oh.
I know they are driving the caretakers at the house crazy. Like, when's mom coming back? Is she gonna cook? Did she go to Target? Did she go to Amazon? No, I didn't do any of that. Again, they think I have a job. I think my real job is probably just making people laugh. Maybe. Not sure. I'm just trying it out. We'll see how it goes. Is that my time? Or can I run? Or no? What? I didn't check the time.
I think you're under.
Okay. What should I talk about? Let's see. When I was 21, my friend wanted to take me to the club for my 21st birthday party. Super drunk. We're driving back from Olathe, Kansas. You probably don't know where that is. It's like almost the middle of nowhere in but a Kansas suburb. So we're driving back. My friend is speeding. The cops pull us over. My friend's puking off the back. She said she got drugged, and so she's puking on the side, but I'm drunk and I can't drive. Believe it or not, the cops let us go. That was the good part. Or was it? Until we dropped off my friend, we get a little bit closer to my friend my friend's house. I'm not gonna say her name because we're not friends no more. I don't want her stalking me if I do reactivate my Facebook because I do have stalkers. I don't know if it's the hair or I don't know. Some people have haters, some people have stalkers, some people have fans. You call them fans, haters, or stalkers. I don't know. So we get a little bit closer and we hear something pow, and we're like, oh shit, we should stop. So I'm somewhat of a mechanic. Her tire's flat. And I'm like, oh shit, I can fix it. I'm a mechanic. I'm hype. I'm like, let's go to Quick Trip. She's like, for what? I was like, nigga, fix a flat. We can fix it with Fix a Flat. I ain't heard of Fix a Flat.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm down on the ground. I'm like, girl, I got this. And I'm drunk. As, because it's my 21st birthday. I'm like far past a white girl, wasted, 10 sheets, 12 sheets, 50 sheets of gray. I'm there. So I'm on the floor, on the ground, and then all of a sudden, a loud explosion. I mean, explosion. And I'm blind, and I'm like, oh shit, something happened. And I was like, wait, there's an explosion. And my friend's like, oh my God, my tire. And I'm like, wait a minute, bitch, I'm blind. Hold on, everything's black. And she's like, no, my tire. And I was like, no, I'm blind. My friend did not care that I was trying to help her. She didn't care. So this nice guy, he stopped. He's just drowning me with water. And my friend's still screaming, jumping up and down, my tire. And I'm like, bitch, I'll buy you another tire. Like, I'm blind. Can you get me to an ER? Like, bitch, I got money. You don't. I'm the one that paid for. I'm like, oh God. And I was like, just get this lady home. Just get her home. My friend goes home. I went to the ER because I was blind. Got back, everything was fine. She calls me the next day, and she's like, that guy brought me 4 new tires. And I was like, see, you got blessed. And bitch, I'm still blind. And she was like, wait, why are you blind? Like, you don't remember anything about last night? She was like, no, didn't I tell you that somebody put something in my drinks? That's why I was puking. Remember? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why you're so not concerned about anything besides your fucking tire and how we were gonna get home. You're right, Mary. Oh shit. You didn't hear that. I call her Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins is awesome. Y'all know Mary Poppins, flies on a broom. Yeah, she's really cool. But thank you guys.
Okay, nice job. All right, I guess that wraps it up for the LA School of Comedy Open Mic. Thank you for coming. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you for coming, Renata. And very funny story. Still don't know why you're blind, but that was funny. Yeah, she's still blind, right?
No, I got Fix a Flat in my eye. That's actually what happened. That was the explosion.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't explain it.
No, I assumed though. That's how it happened.
My friend was so concerned, literally, about her damn tire. That was $20 because we're in the Midwest. It's $20 to replace the tire, and you're freaking out like that was all your crystal meth money. Please tell me that's not a.
How much is the meth?
Is that still live?
$20. It must be pretty cheap.
But I think she was trying to get it for the week. But I was like, girl,